Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again on the Pendulum, coming live on Lagos Television. I am Ajibola Ojashola. This afternoon on the program, we'll be looking at a particular problem bedeviling the country, which is the problem of insecurity. And people have complained at different fora that the government of the day is not doing enough to tackle the problem of insecurity in the country. But then on the part of government, we can see visible evidence pointing to the fact that government is not resting on its oars to address the problem of insecurity that we have in some parts of the country. So this afternoon, we'll be looking at that bill which was sent to the Senate by Mr. President. That's the bill on the establishment of the creation of state police. Of course, it has passed through second reading at the floor of the Senate, and now it has been taken to the state assemblies level for 24 out of 36 state house of assembly to debate on it and, of course, vote in support of this bill, which is going to allow us to tinker with our constitution to accommodate the creation of state police. At the end of the day, when we tinker with the constitution and the creation of state police is allowed to be, will that solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria, or that only take care of one aspect of the problem of insecurity facing us as a country? There are so many issues surrounding the creation of state police. Suspicion on the part of Nigerians over the ability of governors to abuse the creation of state police to hunt their political opponents. These are some of the issues this bill is generating so far in the country. We'll take a very short break at this moment on the program to bring you some of the trending news in the polity. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us on the program. Again, you are still watching the polity, the Pendulum, on Lagos Television, and our focus this afternoon is on the creation of state police. I did say earlier that Mr. President sent the establishment of the State Police Services Bill to the Senate, and it has passed through the second reading. Now it's been taken to the 36 state House of Assemblies in the country for them to do the needful so that we can actually accommodate the creation of state police services in the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended. I have a gentleman in the studio with me, and hopefully Okechukwu Unwaguma, police and criminal justice expert, would also join us via phone this afternoon on the program. Unfortunately, the network is not cooperating with us, so we are meant to have him via Zoom, but that will not be possible this afternoon. Right here in the studio this afternoon, we have Dipo Kende, the publisher, newsmaker, NG, and a security consultant with us in the studio. It's a pleasure to have you.
A pleasure.
All right, there's no doubt about it that the problem of insecurity facing Nigeria can no longer be hidden. It is visible everywhere, whether north, south, or east, and people have criticized different layers of government for not doing the needful to address this problem. When that news that Mr. President sent that establishment of state police services bill filtered in, does that give you the confidence that we're on that path of solving the problem of insecurity in this country?
Exactly. Thank you so much. That step taken is something that we've been expecting for quite a long time. It has taken courage, because what we should be talking about now is not even about whether we should have a state police or not. What we should be, the debate this time should be how we can make it work. The
bill.
When you were talking
okay.
About the bill, you mentioned about the complex nature of the security challenge that we're having. It's widespread, it's multifaceted, and it's complex. And it's too complex for just one central body in Abuja to control So we need to decentralize this, and we need a professionally trained and well-funded police organization, just like we have in the USA, in Canada, in Germany. You know, it's working. So we have to find a way to make it work. Yeah.
So invariably what you're saying is that you're in support of that bill sent to members of the National Assembly by Mr. President.
I'm absolutely in support, because we have been able to see what gains we can. We have been on the beat. We have seen quite a lot going on. I'll give you an example why it's going to work. You know, security, just like they say, politics is local. Security too is local. If you are going to police a particular place, you must have native intelligence, the local intelligence.
Understand your terrain.
Understand the terrain. Something is happening now. It appears like magic, but it's not magic. Look at the operation Kosaye.
Between Ogun and Oyo State.
Between Ogun and Oyo State. What's the magic? The Commissioner of Police in Lagos, CP Tijani Fatai, and Bode Ojajuni in Ogun State. What magic have they done? This is the magic. Tijani Fatai, the CP Lagos, is a Lagos boy.
So it's
an
not
Agege boy.
alien to this environment.
It's not alien to the environment. He grew up in Agege, he schooled there, and ever before he even became Commissioner of Police in Lagos, he's been there as the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations for serving under about 2-3 commissioners. So he knew the same thing with Bode Ojajuni. Bode Ojajuni, remember, before becoming the Commissioner of Police of Ogun State,
It was a PPR in Lagos. It was a PPR in Lagos.
Yes, but he was the head of the State Criminal Investigation Department in Eleweron, you know, for years. So he's been familiar with the terrain. They know what to do. So these are the things, these are the signs of what we have. And again, apart from the operational sagacity that they have, those officers that I've mentioned, they were funded by the state. You can see some reports in the newspapers now thanking the Lagos State Governor and the Ogun State Governor about the support given to them. So when the police have, when those in charge, when they have the local intelligence, the native intelligence, and they are well funded, you know, will be secured.
Okay, how about those fears being expressed in some quarters that, you know, the way politicians behave and the attitude of some of these governors? People are worried that at the end of the day, if we accommodate the creation of state police services in our constitution, there is every tendency that some of these governors might abuse the state police to hunt their political opponents. But having gone through the bill, I see that even though the state governor can appoint a commissioner of police, there are layers of checks being put into that bill if it is passed by the National Assembly to checkmate the excesses of the governors. Does that give you the confidence that at the end of the day, there will be no abuse?
Yes, you see, those who are talking about abuse is baseless. And I will tell you the reason why. Even under the federal system that we've been having up to now, we've had abuses. And I will give you cases in point. Some years back, AIG Raphael Ige, in Anambra, he moved and arrested Governor Ngige, a sitting governor, protected by the Constitution. He had immunity. But he moved a commissioner of police, pushed by a politician or whatever, and he arrested. He confined the governor to an hotel. You know, it was a very controversial thing then, the late Raphael Ige. So, in Lagos too, this has never come out, but I will say it today. Do you know that during the time that the president that we have today was to come for the second term election in Lagos? That's Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There was an order from Abuja that he should be arrested. I was with the commissioner of police on that day at the officers' mess just to see him for something, for a particular discussion. So when he received that call, he was disturbed. And I saw the countenance and everything. And I look and see what's going on here. Then I heard him saying, I'm going to resign from this job. I'm going to resign from this job. I'm not going. So he was ordered to go and arrest
the then governor of Lagos State.
Yes, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu then, who is the president today. So if he had obeyed like Nguge, he would have maybe arrested the. So it will have kind of turned into a big crisis in Lagos. So this abuse thing is always been there. Though, you know, it boils down to the integrity of the officer that we're talking. I mean, that
he that plays the piper will dictate the tune.
No, it's not. It's not. If you have the checks and balances, if you have, you know, the judiciary is there. I can see in the bill that we have now, those things have been placed, you know. It's for us to now build a strong institution, you know.
Do we have strong institutions in Nigeria?
We do have, see, everywhere, all over the world, there is nothing perfect. And let me tell you, anywhere you beam light, there will be shadows. And you can't run from the shadows. Even in the United States, look at the president wanted, this thing that they just had now that...
the citizenship by birth.
Citizenship, yes. And the judiciary came in and they voted on it and they defeated him. He wanted it. But the funny thing is that, you know, when you look at the pillars on which the United States was built, you know, you just take it for granted that the Constitution protects those people that we're talking about. But you can see the voting, that some people even voted in support of the president, that it was 6-3. Then the other one, I think 5-4. So it's all these things, there is nothing perfect, but we keep working on it. And we look at the nations, like Germany now, it's a police state. What's happening? How are they making it work? We look at Canada. We look at the United States, where they have this in place. Are we not having abuses in the United States? We're having. But what should concern us most?
Abused by police officers, not by governors or Mr. President, using the police to own their political opponents. And you know, in Nigeria,
wait.
We have laws. We have laws in Nigeria. Using that law to ensure orderliness, it's a problem in this part of the world, because the kind of democracy that we practice, it's strange.
See, what should be uppermost on our mind is the people, the security of lives and property. Let's start from there. What's happening today, nobody's happy about it. So that should be uppermost. Leave the fear of whether somebody is going to
abuse it.
Presently, we are having situations like that. So let us move forward on this.
All right. You said there are layers of the bill that will prevent governors from abusing the creation of state police services. If you look at the federal police today, they lack proper uniform. Some of them, they buy it themselves. They buy their kits, they buy their uniform, and we're still complaining about the quality of their accommodation, the quality of their welfare, and the motivation level, which is quite low. Some of these states that are going to be having these state police services, they are barely coping with what they are getting from the federal government, struggling to pay salaries. So how do they intend to fund the creation of the state police that will make policing very, very effective so that we will not have a replica of what we have at the federal level?
Well, presently, I think, yes, there are some states that are not all that financially strong.
Viable.
Viable, but we should have maybe pick about 6 states to test run or whatever. I know the IGP, Olatunji Disu, was in Enugu just recently, and he was amazed by the level of, the infrastructure, security, this thing that they have there, where they can monitor what is, miles away with drones. There is none like that presently in the country. So it shows that the state government there in Enugu, they are, investing a lot in security. Lagos State too, we've had a lot of very huge investment with this security trust fund. So and I will not totally even agree that the states cannot fund. Nigerian states are rich. Even there's allocation, we have security votes that the governors, how much are you going to spend?
Security vote that we don't know.
To fund. Yes, I mean, it's there. If you research into it, the figures are there. But what are they committing it to? Lagos State was under, when Fashola came in then, that he set up this police equipment trust fund.
Security trust fund.
Security trust fund. And you can see the change and the impact that it has brought. But it is the political will that we need. We should not talk about paucity of fund. It's the political will that we should be talking about.
Political will on the part of the governors.
On the part
of the state assemblies.
On the part of the governors and the state assemblies.
All right. We'll take a very quick break on the program right now. We sampled opinions on the streets of Lagos concerning the creation of state police services as sent to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by Mr. President. And quite a number of Nigerians expressed different views as to what will be the impact of the creation of state police services.
That any state has to protect the citizens from insecurity, theft, burglary, insecurities generally.
If the federal government can support it and support the idea, it's a welcome development.
The way it's being controlled by the federal government, they still use it for their own selfish gain. Don't talk of when it comes to the states. So a lot of people that have access to it want to do whatever they like with it. So, but personally, I don't think whether federal government is controlling it, whether state government is controlling it, I really don't think it will make any much difference.
If you have state police, at least they're more effective to oversee people, security, and to protect interests of the citizen.
State police, I think, is good because it will be under the control of the state, and the state will not want, its own government space to be taken over by hoodlums. Because we say the most important thing why we elect our leaders is to do what? To protect lives and.
Not about maybe the governors, if they know they are not going to misuse them or use them against the people or use them politically, that would be fine. But I think in the south here we don't really need that. But I'm very sure they need it up there in the north.
State police, no, I don't feel safe.
I don't think so, because I believe the ones we have are the same set of people they are going to use for the state police. And we have been waiting for a reform for a very long time. At least there should be a reform in the police. You understand? Like the way they think, the way they act, and the way they treat the citizens is the key.
The issues of security need to be dealt with carefully. It's not about creating more police, getting more police. I think the Nigeria police we have on ground already, they should be well equipped, they should be well trained. So getting of new police in different states is not a good one.
Okay, those were the reactions of Nigerians on the creation of state police, and hopefully, at the end of the day, if the creation of state police services is accommodated in the constitution, maybe that will solve the problem of insecurity that we are facing as a country. But quite a number of them spoke in support, and some were against the creation of state police services, and certain issues were raised. Welfare. The federal government, when it comes to the welfare of security of police officers, the rank and file, the senior officers of the Nigerian police, we are still not there. You look at their barracks and you're wondering if this is an accommodation for a human being or not. So if the federal government is not buoyant enough to even take care of the police, what gives you the impression that the state will do better?
Well,
because welfare is key. If you want me to go and fight crime, you must ensure that I'm well paid. You must take care of me. You must ensure my life so that I will fully concentrate on the battlefield.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But I'm going to add something. You see, some of those who make comments there, some of them are not well informed about what we're talking about when we talk about this. Yes, policemen presently, today, somebody may be posted from Sokoto to Lagos. That person has ever
been to Lagos.
So
you will find it difficult understanding Lagos.
For some time, even getting settled, and what are the provisions made for such a person? When you're talking about lack of fund, I still say that is not what we should fear.
So what should we fear?
Is not what we should fear. Corruption is what we should fear.
Corruption on the part of who?
Wait, on the part of government. And I will tell you something now. In 2004, the Minister of Police Affairs, those who are to see to the welfare and everything, the Minister of Police Affairs, then I think Bozimo.
Okay.
There was a project that they were talking about much at that time, about the CCTV installation. And they received about 847 million then in 2004. Now, we didn't see anything concrete done about that project. In 2010, the government of Goodluck Jonathan came in and they borrowed money again from China Exim Bank. I think over $400 million borrowed to install CCTV cameras in Abuja and Lagos. And today, we don't have any of those things on ground. And the present government is paying that debt because the money was borrowed from China. And that debt is being paid. We have to pay. So the challenges we are having is about corruption in the system. Not that the money that we have cannot take care of these things, but it's not being judiciously applied. And we are not fighting corruption enough. Because all these things, I think Abamoro was picked up after the Jonathan thing then, The president was not really indicted for, but EFCC moved in. I don't even know where the case ended now.
Okay, that's on the part of government. So for those that you are expecting to maintain peace and orderliness in the society, you expect them to fight criminals, to go to the battlefield, to secure Nigeria, and you are paying them peanuts. So are you not encouraging them to corrupt or find other means of sustaining themselves? And currently, what we are paying our police officers is nothing to write home about compared to what they are doing for the country. So if the federal government is finding it hard to cope, what gives you the impression that states will do better than the federal government?
We are already having, we are already seeing the signs that if states are committed to this project, they can see all the vehicles, what we're having today is because of the commitment of some of the governors. There were some states, at a point in time in Lagos State, a division may not even have a functioning patrol vehicle, you know. So, when you want to write statements at the police station, they give you, they are paying, they are buying all those things themselves. So, when we now have the level of commitment, you know, from Lagos State government and some state government too, at the time, Ogun State too, they've been buying vehicles, you know, every now and then. They've been buying vehicles.
Beyond the vehicles, they will pay salaries, they will buy them kits, they will train them, they will buy weapons.
See,
and buying weapons is not a joke.
It will take us back to that old regional era when there will be, competition. You know, when in those days, when Awo was in charge of the Western region, you know, we had the first television station, we had this, we had that, first. You know, everybody, and it's already happening. Look at Enugu now. They can boast that, yes, we have the control, we built a control room, you know, that is better than anybody else. Lagos is saying that they want to do better. Ogun State is looking at it, you know. So we will get there. We can do it. One thing that I would say is, let's wake up and smell the roses. Let's face reality. And we cannot go on acting like an ostrich with our head buried in the sand. We need security, and we need to take care of the officers, and a lot is being done presently, you know, to improve the living condition. The police, they've been building barracks and a lot of things, you know. And
they're still buying uniforms and boots. And that's why you see these shades of uniform, you see another one, different kind of boots, and we call it uniform.
You see, it's fundamental, this welfare issue, this salary. For some years now, I've been one of those on the, front line, the vanguard of, championing the cause of this police funding. When I was still the crime editor at the Sun newspaper, you know, we've written a lot of stories on it, and steps were taken.
And we even see some of those who have served the country. We see what they are suffering.
Yes. You know, Yaradua increased the salary then. So it was after much noise that we made then, but it's still not enough. If we have state police, every state, look at the RRS. Look how decent those guys are. You know, it's because the state government is taking care of them, the welfare and everything.
Taking care of the responsibility of the federal government, because the federal government is not doing the enough. It's not doing the needful.
We now have to take it away from the federal government and give it to the state.
Okay.
If you can do it this way, okay, take it and go ahead.
Lagos is not like every other state.
We also have similar things, maybe not working as much, maybe not having as much commitment as Lagos is having now, but it's also in other states, in Anambra,
All right, Kehinde, I want us to take another break at this moment. We'll be going to the National Assembly. We'll listen to the Senate on the establishment of the State Police Services Bill, as well as the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, Benjamin Kalu. We'll be right back.
principal objective of the bill, Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, is to establish a constitutional framework for the creation and operation of state police services while retaining a strong federal police service and maintaining national standards, accountability, and oversight. Specifically, the bill seeks to, 1, retain a federal police service for federal policing responsibilities. 2, establish state police services for states that choose to create them. 3, provide constitutional safeguards against abuse and political manipulation.
Nigerians will be safer with this bill, and the banditry and the terrorism we are witnessing will not only be minimized, will be totally reduced to the barest minimum. I am of the opinion that Nigeria shall conquer terrorism and banditry.
There's going to be a consequential repeal and reenactment of the Police Act, because the Police Act is going to be the implementation act of the constitutional amendment that we're making now. So which means the president is also going to be the one that will champion the repeal and reenactment of the Police Act. And it is in that Police Act that will include all the minor details that Nigerians are concerned with.
As we begin to wind down on this conversation now, many have also said that when you look at the essential functions of the police, they are meant to promote peace and orderliness in the society. They are not meant to be fighting bandits or terrorists. And when you listen to the Senate president there, he did say that he's hopeful that those terrorists and bandits will be a thing of the past because of the state police creation that we are going to have. Does that give you confidence as well that this will be a thing of the past?
Yeah.
Because it's the military that can actually fight bandits and not the police. And would this provide a final solution to our problem?
If the police are well equipped, they can take care of internal security.
Okay.
So the soldiers are for external aggression. So,
but the enemies that we are fighting, they are within.
I know.
They are within.
They are within.
Look at the case of the kidnapping of children that we had and teachers that we had in Oyo State.
Yes, it is because the system has been infiltrated. You know, we have people in government, we have people in high places who are backing, even in the military. When this thing was starting way back, years back, remember some military officers were arrested. They were prosecuted for selling arms. Top military officers, I don't know if you see, people don't talk about it any longer, but they were arrested then.
Because they are overwhelmed with the problem of insecurity. And it's getting closer to every state now.
The police, if you equip the police, they can. Okay, let me give you a case in point about what the police can do if you really fund them and equip them. And you train them. Well. In Lagos State, where I stay, there was a time we had serious security challenges, you know, and armed robbers, they were coming in droves, maybe in about 50, 100.
That was when the current NDLA chairman was the military governor of Lagos State.
They were robbing banks.
Operation Sweep.
Even before that, I know that when Okiro was CP Lagos, and we had the challenges. So it was headache. One of the commissioners of police, Young Arebame, was even suggesting to banks that they should build towers, you know, towers that they can monitor the environment, right? You know, it's not in the days of drone. So he was suggesting that. But once CP now came in, CP Adia Jakaye, and he looked at some of these armored vehicles. They were just littering the environment, they were used during the Mopo, during the IGP Adewusi time, MPN period then. But after that, the military castrated the police, and they seized those things, and those things were just abandoned. So the police, the CP sat down with his men and said, if we can refurbish this armored, because the men, they were overwhelmed by the firepower of those bandits or the armed robbers then, who will come in 150. So they now had to go and put those things in order. And the first operation they had then, they smashed a gang, I think it was in Rada Costain, Those robbers were shooting, but the police were well protected in the armored this thing, and they were able to fight back and push those ends. So now that has been in place. So it is about giving them the right kits, taking care of their welfare. When you make provision, they can do it. They can fight this internal insecurity.
Okay.
They can handle it.
All right. We must thank you very much, Dick Walker, the publisher, Newsmakers NG, and security consultants, for your conversation with us on the creation of state police. The bill has been sent to the Senate, and of course, it has trickled down to state assemblies. We're expecting the state assemblies to do the needful. Of course, we expect 24 to vote out of 36 in favor of this bill for us to accommodate the creation of state police in Nigeria. We thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's the show today. Thank you very much for watching. I am Ajibola Ojashola. We'll be back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. to discuss another issue entirely on the Pendulum. Bye for now.